Transforming the chaos-choked grounds to a raging battlefield. At their head you see Lorkhan, his silver armor and scarlet cloak tarnished with black blood, striking at the enemy with blurring speed and deadly accuracy. He leads a massive wedge of Melodorian warriors, whose faces and armor are painted with magical runes to ward off the creatures of chaos. Their Agatha melt before them, like ice before a fire, and flee in panic to the dark safety of the Naggoth. The Melodorians give a rousing cheer of victory to speed the enemy's retreat, but their jubilant cries are soon stifled when from the depths of the forest they are answered by a thunderous roar. And then we have a cool picture of, let's see if I can make that a little bigger. Actually, I'll just click on that so that you can see the picture in all its glory, because this is a really cool picture. It's one of my favorite pictures. Actually, make that smaller again. Alright, yeah, the picture of the wedge of warriors taking down the Agatha, and Lorkhan beating the crap out of him. Good job! Good job, man! Oh, you got him! You owned him! He knows it, too. Something huge and deadly is striding towards Telakos. Quick! Use the dancing women! Unleash the dancing women! Okay, the ground trembles beneath its step, and the air is filled with sounds of great destruction. The crack and groan of sundered trees and the thunderous growls of a gigantic beast grow steadily louder, driving many of Lorkhan's soldiers to the brink of despair. Desperately he tries to rally them, but his voice is lost in the deafening noise. Suddenly, a gap appears in the forest's edge, as effortlessly a pair of stout trees are pushed apart by monstrous hands. Morbid terror grips the Melodorians, and few stand their ground when they see the awesome visage of the Chaos Master looming 30 feet above. You look upon his massive naked body and feel sickened by what you see. His features are in a constant state of flux, dissolving, merging, and melting into new and ever more hideous shapes. Only Lorkhan appears unmoved by the dreadful sight. He raises his sword and challenges the evil being into single combat, but his brave words are met by a howl of derision. Okay. So, we have a picture of the Chaos Master. Yes, well, he's ever-changing form. It's actually kind of a cool, creepy picture. Yeah. Poor trees. You would challenge a god, speaks the Chaos Master, his mocking voice unbearably loud. Lorkhan remains undaunted by his enemy and repeats his call to combat. The Chaos Master laughs. Ha! Then let us begin, for though our sport shall be but a brief affair, I will delight in killing such a righteous fool as thou, Lorkhan. Alright, with terrifying ease, the Chaos Master uproots a tree, pares away the branches with the edge of his hand, and wields it like a gigantic club. He strides forward, pursuing Lorkhan in a grim game of cat and mouse that leaves a trail of destruction wherever they go. The Melodorian relies on luck and fleetness of foot to avoid the crushing blows, but his luck and skill do not last indefinitely. He slips and falls near the wall of the crypt of the roof on which you're crouching. The Chaos Master bellows with glee and strides forward, his club raised to crush Lorkhan to an unrecognizable pulp. His loathsome shoulders draw level with the parapet, and he steadies himself for the coup de grace. He comes within arm's length of your position. Like a sports announcer. Alright, if you possess the Summer Sword, if you possess the Ironheart Broadsword. I possess the Summer Sword. Let's do this. Sure, we'll take on a god. What could possibly be the big deal in that? No problem. No problem. Hang on, I got to, I got my health point back, so I'm at full. Summer Sword, don't fail me now. You draw back your golden blade and take aim at the Chaos Master's heart, but the closest of your goodly blade screams a warning in the evil god and quickly turns to face you. You strike a blow which wounds his side but misses its vital target. With a roar of pain, the Chaos Master drops his club and clasps his side. Pain swiftly becomes rage, and a vengeful scream. He reaches out to crush you to death with his monstrous hands. Chaos Master, lightly wounded. Combat skill 47. Ah, damn. Endurance 68. Okay, remember a few pages ago I said the Summer Sword really saves your butt? Screw the Summer Sword! If I had the other sword, he would have been heavily wounded and much more manageable. Jerk. That's what I hate. The Summer Sword is fantastic when fighting normal people, but it seems to make every single boss fight an impossible affair to win. Alright, let's do this. My combat skill is 36. His is 47, and he has an endurance of 68. 68! Alright, fine. Who cares, right? Throw caution to the wind. We'll get him. No problem. He only outnumbers us by 11 combat skill points. Yeah. Child's play, I tell you. Child's play. Start the combat. Alright. You know what? I'm not going to list it, everyone. I'll just show you what happens when I'm dead. Yay, I'm dead. My quest in my life in here. Let's just fight to the death, shall we? Every time until we do it. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Yep, still dead. Yep, still dead. See, I don't understand this part of the series. How do they possibly expect you to win against that? I have the highest endurance you could possibly have right now. Maybe 1 or 2 extra points if you got maybe a different lore circle or something. But I have the highest endurance you could start with. I have every special item that increases that endurance point. I have pretty much the highest combat skill you could possibly get. I have the Summer Sword. I have weapon skill. My combat skill was an 18 out of 19. The only thing I could do is use Psy Surge to add another 4 to it. But even so, how do they possibly expect you to win this fight? It's not possible. I've never understood that part. But since that book decides to be incredibly cheap about it, I am going to be cheap as well. And I'm going to lower it down to 40. We're going to lower it to 40. That way he's still better than me. He still has more endurance points than me. But I might actually be able to... oh, you know what? I wonder I was kept dying because they were all, hang on, there, let's try it now. Nope, still dead. Nope, still dead. I forgot to keep replacing my hit points every time. Nope, still dead. See, 2 rounds of combat killed me. So, yeah, I'm gonna reduce him to 40. And let's try it now. Nope, still dead. Nope, still dead. Nope, still dead. It's because his endurance is so freaking high. Oh! I've defeated my enemy! Woohoo! Combat lasted 11 rounds. Lone Wolf took 25 points of damage and now has 15 endurance points. You know what? We'll say I have 5 endurance points, alright? We'll say this near about killed me. I'm not quite sure what else to do. There's no way I could have won that. Ever. Oh well. Alright, so we kill him. We turn to page 47. As you strike the fatal blow... Oh, and you know what? I want to show you guys. I want to show you what I'm talking about how the Summer Sword screws you. Let's say if you didn't have the Summer Sword, you get the Ironheart Broadsword. And then... Oh. Okay. Yeah. This is basically what I fought. Because what happens is he's badly wounded, so his combat skill is only 40, his endurance is only 58, and you still get to add the 8 points of combat skill to your combat skill. So basically we would have fought exactly what I just fought, except he has 10 less endurance points. That's what I mean by the Summer Sword will screw you in boss fights. Oh well. As you strike the fatal blow, the Chaos Master vents a shriek loud enough to wake the dead. His great body stiffens, and his skin writhes and shimmers, making it impossible to discern any detail. Then he fades until all that remains to record his existence is a lingering smell of his spilt blood. Yay! The Melodorians are overjoyed to have witnessed the spectacular defeat of the Chaos Master, for your victory has rid them of their greatest enemy. They call to you to come down from the roof, and when you appear in the doorway, they shower you with praise. We owe you more than our lives, Aeonian, says Lorkhan, his strange blue eyes aglow with admiration and wisdom. Don't forget the wisdom. Your great deed has saved our realm and put an end to the plague of chaos that would have corrupted us all. We are forever in your debt. Yes. Yes, you are. Lorkhan orders the word of the victory be sent immediately to his people, and commands that the celebration be held in your honor. But the urgency of your quest prompts you to forego the festivities and begin your journey to Hagadar at once. Lorkhan understands your need to make haste and offers to help you by assigning another scout to guide you through the Nagath to the plain of Gorakor. Oh, do you wish to accept his help? No. I think I have enough deaths on my conscience. Thank you very much. I will simply say no. I mean, come on. We all know that's just a death sentence waiting to happen. After snatching a few hours' sleep, you bid Lorkhan and his warriors farewell and set off to the Nagath forest. Guided by the map given to you by Soroka, you follow an old timberland path that has never before felt the tread of man. This track leads to a place where the trees are twisted and gnarled into every conceivable shape. Some look like bent old men, others have straight trunks and curly branches, yet others are coral black and petrified like fossils. You have the Magnakai discipline of divination. I do. Your senses warn you that the track leads into a section of the Nagath that was once occupied by the Chaos Master. The twisted trunks are evidence of the corruption he instilled in everything he touched. Although he has been defeated, it will be a long time before the scars of his occupation heal completely. If you wish to follow the track into the Chaos Zone, if you decide to leave the track and make a detour around this part of the Nagath, yeah, Chaos sounds bad. Let's see, Your detour takes you through a marshy section of the Nagath where the firm ground gives way to the thorn-guarded shrubs and ankle-deep slime. You press on, and as you disturb the surface of the mire, you release a cloud of vile, choking marsh gas. Unless you possess the Magnakai discipline of Curing at the rank of Mentor or more, or the Magnakai discipline of Nexus at the rank of Primate or more, lose 5 endurance points owing to the insidious effects of the gas. Well, I have both, so I'm doubly protected. Yay! At length you emerge from the marsh at a place where the track cuts through the forest. You follow this rough timberland trail until after countless hours, you arrive at the edge of the plain of Gorakor. You are now extremely tired and must eat a meal or lose 3 endurance points. I have meals in the backpack, so I'll just say I ate one. Rather than attempt an immediate crossing of this barren waste, you decide to rest here and continue after some much-needed sleep. 10 hours later, you awake refreshed and eager to begin the next leg of your journey to Hagadar. After checking your equipment and the map, you set off across the featureless plateau. Pick a random number table. 2. I picked 2. I hope that's good, because if you pick 0 through 2, or 3 through 9, so obviously this is either very good or very bad. Before you lies a vast sea of grey-brown dust that stretches to the cloudy horizon. It is a drear and haunting panorama. A land once rich and fertile, murdered by the curse of chaos. It instills in you a dread uncertainty that deepens your as you trudge each weary mile from boulder to crag, and from crag to dry scrub, the only landmarks in this desert of desolation. You fight your growing despair, drawing strength from your vow to complete your quest, for the fate that has fallen the Gorakor will befall Summerlund if you fail to find the last lore stone and return to Magnamund to defeat Dark Lord Nag. It is during your third stop for rest that you hear a noise in the silent wilderness. It comes from a group of tall boulders to your left. Immediately you rise to your feet and unsheath your weapon as a huge but emaciated reptile as grey as the dust sinks slowly into view. A slink slowly into view. If you have the magnetic discipline of animal control. No. It's one of the two I don't have. The starving lizard, Gorkor lizard, looks at you with ravenous eyes. Its lower jaw drops open to reveal a gruesome set of curved yellow fangs, and its fetid breath washes over you in a sickening wave that launches its desperate attack. Owing to its weakened state, the creature is especially susceptible to psychic attack. Double any effect of any psychic attacks you use during combat. I have recovered 7 points, so I'm at 12. Then, considering that I'm half dead, I'm still going to use the Summer Sword. And that already puts me at plus 11, so let's do this. He has combat skill of 23 and endurance of 42. Let's start it! Start combat. Fight to the death. I've defeated my enemy! Lasted 4 rounds, I took 4 points of damage. I have 8 hit points left. Woohoo! After your encounter, I should turn fight to the death off. I kind of like going round by round, you know? Alright. After your encounter, you stop to rest less frequently. Mile after mile, you plod on mechanically, only half aware of the lifeless landscape through which you move. Fatigue dulls your senses, and you cannot recall the exact moment you entered the Neverness. Like a dream, it is as if you have always been here. Clouds swirl beneath your feet, yet they support your weight. You float in a sea and sky of grey light, without horizon or boundary. A limitless eternity of space. There are distant sounds, like muffled voices, but when you strive to understand them, they fade, and you cannot catch the words. Time passes, yet time is meaningless, for you cannot tell the order in which events are taking place. From out of the swirling wisps of cloud, 3 globes of darkness arise. They swim closer, hovering to and fro, evolving like forms of black-hooded riders on demon steeds. Leering skulls peer from the shadow of their cloaks, and you see your own eyes reflected in their bony sockets. If you have the magnetic discipline of Psy-Screen, I do have that. Blasts of psychic force shoot from the shadow creatures and hurl towards your mind, but you sense the danger and rise a psychic defense to deflect the attack. The hostile energy buckles your thought shield and leaves you shivering with psychic shock. If you have reached the rank of Scion Kai, I have reached the rank of Scion Kai. You use your improved psychic skill to repair your thought shield by catching and controlling part of the hostile energy being directed against you. Oh, cool. The shadow creatures sense your psychic mastery, and a whisper passes between them. They split up, and the hooves of their steeds churn the cloud into a rolling ferment as they move to gallop to surround you. If you have the magnetic discipline of Psy Surge, I do not have that. The shadowy riders rise their black hands, and spears of blue fire appear suddenly in their fists. They scream an unearthly cry as they brandish these crackling lances. Then they level them at your chest and charge forward to ride you down. Oh great. Shadow Reavers, battle skill 34, endurance 40. You must fight them to the death. Well, this is not good. Okay, so I have 9 because I got 1 health point back. I'm going to use the potion of plus 4 I have in my backpack. I looked at my video past, and I do have a plus 4 health potion. So I'm going to use that to bump it up to 13. Still not fantastic considering what I'm going up against. Okay. Well, it doesn't say they're immune to Mind Blast. But I would assume that they are? No, it doesn't say. Okay. Well, whatever. So I'll use Mind Blast. That seems a little odd that they wouldn't specify that, but whatever. 38 plus the Summer Sword against a combat skill of 34 and endurance of 40. This is not going to end well, I can tell. Alright, here we go. Combat round 1. They took 6 damage, I took 3 damage. Fantastic. They took 7, I took 3. They took 7, I took 3. Uh-oh. They took 10, I took 2. I'm at 2 endurance points! Oh no, they killed me! Alright, let's try this again. Start combat. Took 7, I took 3. They took 16! Woohoo! 14! Yay! I only took 5 points of damage. I'm back down to 8. Whee! I'm so screwed. Alright, let's keep going. With a haunting scream, the evil shadows fade and dissolve in the swirling clouds. A loud wind whistles in your ears, carrying the mournful sound of a tolling bell. At the center of the cloud, a ray of golden light pulses like a heartbeat in time to the chime of the bell. It draws you towards it, and you cannot resist its call. Slowly the clouds separate, and a tall tower of glistening white stone looms before you. A globe of golden light hangs suspended in midair above the conical roof, pulsating with heat and radiating power like a tiny newborn sun. Its comforting warmth draws you towards the open portal at the side of the tower. Beyond it you see a dark tunnel that descends towards a speck of misty yellow light. You've completed the lower circle of spirits. No, I have not. You find it impossible to resist the strange compulsion drawing you towards the light. Effortlessly, you glide along the tunnel and emerge at the center of a huge transparent sphere, suspended in a luminescent yellow sea of oily liquid. Behind its seamless walls swim fish-like creatures, strange things with phosphorescent bodies and opalescent jaws. You stare in fascination as they swim around you, seemingly oblivious to your presence. From the curved floor of the spherical chamber, a billowing mist arises. It blurs your vision and numbs your senses. As if in a dream, you feel yourself lifted by the buoyant cloud and transported across a vast shadowy terrain, where spirit shapes like wisps of white silk swirl around you in continuous motion. At first, you cannot discern the nature of these gossamer forms, but slowly they draw into focus until at last you are able to distinguish their features. A cold terror grips your mind when you suddenly realize what it is you are looking at. If you have the Magnakai discipline of side screen, I do. The ghastly forms possess the faces of every enemy you have ever slain. Huh? They twist and contort beneath your gaze, their empty eyes burning with cold blue flames as they return your stare. Frantically you draw on your psychic reserves and succeed in shielding your mind from the shock of this haunting confrontation. Ugh. The ghosts dissolve into the mist, and a strange serenity soothes your tortured mind. New forms take shape now. They fill the scope of your vision with memories of events that occurred long ago. You see the smiling faces of your mother and father, the village of Dage where you lived before you entered the Kai Monastery, your sister, Kari, calling you in for supper at the close of a warm summer day, and the sad memory of your brother Jin, who gave his life to save yours when, on your 6th birthday, you slipped and fell into the River Tor. With amazement, you watch as the patchwork parade of recollections continue to unfold, and slowly a realization of their meaning crystallizes in your mind. These people and events have played their part, be it great or small, in the shaping of your destiny. Suddenly, the visions are obscured by a dazzling light, which shines so brilliantly that you are forced to shield your eyes against the glare. Many moments pass before you can make out the shape that looms above. It is the huge face of a mighty warrior, strong and wise, whose golden eyes stare down at you with supernatural majesty. A kindly smile softens his heroic features, and a voice deep and wondrous rumbles from his throat. In an age of darkness you have been chosen to fulfill the quest of the Magnakai. Be true to the quest, for the greatness born within you can save your people and right the imbalance which threatens to destroy your world. Doubt not your purpose nor your strength, for inside you there burns a flame that can light the hopes of future men for all time. The divine radiance of his being and the gravity of his words fill you with wonderment, for your senses tell you that you are now in the presence of your creator, the immortal god Kai. And his sidekick, Chao. You didn't notice he was off to the side. Chao's quiet. The vision of your maker shatters with breathtaking suddenness, and without any warning, you fall forwards and plummet into a thick swirling cloud. The scary sensation of this rapid descent leaves you gasping, but the initial shock is soon replaced by the calm certainty that your fall has been controlled by unseen hands. Then, as if awakening from a dream, you become aware that the cloud has faded and the welcome feel of firm ground has returned beneath your feet. You stand at the foot of a massive sandstone cliff, its sheer wall pitted and scarred by fierce winds that whip across the surrounding rocky landscape. Perched at the top of the cliff is a walled city, whose grim outline and dragon gate you recognize immediately is Hagadar, the forgotten city of the Sendai. You stare up at the stronghold, pondering the near impossible climb to its gate, and try to suppress your mounting fears. Nearby you see a stinking stream of foul water. You follow it to its source and discover that it pours from the grill set to the cliff wall. It must be a sewer channel that services the city above. If you wish to attempt to enter the city via the sewage channel, if you wish to climb the sheer windswept cliff. Well, I've been in sewers before, and they seem to work pretty well. Bit smelly. Sometimes there's ancient horrors. But for the most part, it works. Alright, first of all, I've gained 8 points so far, so we're at 16. Oh, bless you, Kai, skill of healing. The rusty bars offer little resistance, and a couple well-placed kicks, and you are able to gain entry to the circular chute with ease. A narrow walkway runs beside the gurgling channel, ascending by steps and ramps as the climb becomes increasingly steep. The dark stone walls are beaded with moisture and smeared with patches of luminescent fungi, which keep the sewer bathed in an eerie green half-light. At length, you reach a landing where a smaller channel joins the main flow. As you pass it and set foot on the stairs beyond, you hear a sound like a rustling of leather on stone, and you sense that something hungry is advancing along the channel towards you. If you have the Manic Discipline of Animal Control, no I do not. A clacking of fangs and a cold ophidian smell serve to warn you that the gigantic serpent is advancing towards the landing, attracted by the promising warmth and scent of your body. It is moving very quickly, and you realize that your only hope in evading it is to delay its advance. If you have a minimum of 4 meals. No. Oh, great. From out of the gloom emerges a colossal form, the monstrous pear-shaped head of a giant sewer snake. It rears up from the narrow tunnel and fixes you with its burning yellow eyes, its forked tongue flickering to within inches of your chest. Its slit pupils dilate, and you barely have time to draw your weapon before it strikes. It's immune to Mind Blast, but not Psy Surge. Combat skill 25, endurance of 41. Now I've gotten another 2 endurance points, so I'm up to 18. And I'm going to continue to use the Summer Sword. The sword screwed me over earlier, so I'm going to get all the use out of it I can to try and make up for such a horrible, horrible reaming. So, combat skill 25, endurance 41. Let's get it on! It takes 10 damage, I take 2 damage. It takes 12 damage, I take 2 damage. It takes 10 damage, I take 2 damage. And I defeated my enemy, I'm down to 12 points. Yay! The stairs lead to a passageway which gives you access to a street via hanging stone portals in the ceiling. You climb through one of the portals to emerge on a gloomy street corner. Few walk the shadowy avenues of Hagadar. The atmosphere is so thick with the smell of salt and sulfur that those who you do pass are unrecognizable behind the damp pads they press to their faces to ward off the cloying stench. The dimly lit street ends at the central square, where you witness 2 encouraging sights. Roped to a stone monolith at the center of the square is a huge black bird, the Scarlet Warrior's winged steed. Behind it, rising in flat-topped tiers, is the Temple of the Sendai. 2 armor-clad creatures stand guard at the entrance, their rusty helmets crudely adapted to hold their face pads in position. You sense that the lore stone is here, within the temple, and you scan every inch of it in hope of finding an unguarded entrance. There are no other doors, but a circular chimney-like vent protrudes from the middle of the highest tier. If you decide to climb to the top of the temple and attempt to enter through the vent, or if you wish to cover your face and attempt to bluff your way past the guards. Let's bluff. I have invisibility and stuff. I should be a good bluffer. The 2 guards draw themselves upright and grip the hilts of their tarnished swords nervously as they watch you approach. "What do you want?" growls the larger of the 2, his green piggy eyes glinting through the slits of a rusty helm. "I've been summoned," you say with conviction, praying that your bluff is good enough to fool them. "They want to see me straight away." The porcelain guard swivels his eyes, blinks to his comrade, and whispers something you cannot make out. "You have the Manic Discipline of Invisibility." "Yes, I do." Your mastery of dialect and mannerisms convince them that you are one of the minions who serve the master of the city. Slowly they step aside, snickering like spiteful children as they watch you into the temple door. You glance back to see one of them draw a warty finger across his throat and hear the other laugh. Well, that's encouraging. I told you I could bluff. Quickly, you enter and follow the corridor that sweeps away in the smooth, curving arc. The line of doors, each one painted with the symbol of a writhing serpent, marches past on either side. The doors are invariably closed, and their heavy iron draw bolts are locked in position. You ignore them and hurry on towards the distant staircase, for it is there that you sense that the power of the last lore stone is at its strongest. The staircase opens onto a balcony which overlooks a large circular hall. Here the floor is made of polished blue-black marble and gleams like the still waters of a lake. At one end of it stands a massive table cluttered with artifacts, scrolls, and many strange potions and powders that hint at the practice of alchemy. At the opposite end of the hall is a towering arch, its surface sculptured with all manner of creatures, many of which stir a deep loathing within you. Beneath the arch is a complete darkness. No light at all penetrates or reflects in the inky blackness, for this is the Shadow Gate of Sendai, the doorway back to your homeworld. Ooh. A sudden sound makes you spin on your heel and instinctively you crouch down, ready for combat! A small group of people, dressed in costumes that look vaguely familiar, are marching along the corridor towards the balcony. To avoid them, you hurry down a narrow stair that leads to the hall below and take cover behind the overladen table. From your hiding place, you observe the group make their entrance. There are 6 of them, 4 men and 1 woman, and one other who walks with a stoop at the center of the group and whom you cannot see clearly. You concentrate on their clothing, for there is something about its cut and style that is definitely familiar, yet you cannot pinpoint what it is. Then suddenly you recognize it, and the shock makes you draw a breath. They are wearing similar-looking costumes. The 5 visible faces are now all too familiar to you. Luver's court, the prisoner of Taiso. Falco, highwayman and cutthroat. Aita Nimata, the witch of the Kirlundan Isles. Porgoron, murderer. And Gondor Vest, chief druid of the Malus Mund, necromancer and cannibal. These are 5 of Similundi's most notorious criminals, all of whom were sentenced to be thrown in the Shadow Gate of Torn for their crimes. 5 pairs of startled eyes glare at the table, alerted by your gasp, and the slick sound of blades leaving oiled scabbards soon follows. The 4 men and the woman, Aita, raise their swords and step forward to challenge you. As they move apart, you see the 6th member of their group clearly, and an icy chill runs down your spine. Slowly you shake your head in disbelief as your stare is returned by the cold, malicious eyes of Vonatar, the traitor! And we have a picture. We have this guy, and then that guy, and then that girl, and then Vonatar back there, and this guy, and then that guy. Yep, lots of people. Lots of people. They all look angry. Long have I waited for the chance to enact my revenge on you, Lone Wolf, he hisses, his loathsome voice. No, wait, no, I'm not doing that justice.
Long have I waited the chance to enact my revenge on you, Lone Wolf. Giving me the wedgies back in high school. You're always picking on me. And now I'm magic. I'm a wizard. I'm a wizard and I'm powerful and kill him!
He hisses, a loathsome voice filling the hall with sub-zillion echoes.
And now my time has come. I'm your master now. Kill him!
He screams maniacally and the 5 spring forward, eager to obey his command. Okay, I've received an extra 4 points of health. Up to 16. Not sure that's going to help too much. Their combat skill is 38, which is exactly equal to mine. And they have 46 endurance and I have 16. Well, crap. Oh well. Fight to the death! They take 9 damage, I take 1. Ooh. Good shot. They take 4 damage, I take 4. Not a good shot. They take 12 damage, I take 0 damage. Yeah! They take 5 and I take 4. Oh, not good. I'm down to 7. They take 9 and I take 1. Oh, they're at 7 endurance points. I'm at 6. We can do this. I believe in you, Lone Wolf. Crap. They took 3 damage. I took 5. I have 1 endurance point left. One measly endurance point, and they have 4. And you're questing your life, and here they murdered you. Good job. Alright, so let's try this again. Start combat! They take 3 damage, I take 5. They take 11, I take 0. They take 7, I take 2. They take 6, I take 3. They take 9, I take 1. They're at 10, I'm at 5. Yes! I've defeated my enemy! I have 5 endurance points left. For the second time in this adventure, I am literally holding my internal organs in with my own hands. Oh, what a sight I must be. Okay. I won combat, so I turn to page 120. As the last of your enemies falls dead at your feet, the traitor vents a shrill cry of terror and scurries like a bloated spider towards the Shadowgate. In his hand he clutches a bandit-laden box, and as he runs, he works feverishly at the lock. Are you kidding me? I just saw... Aw, are you kidding me? Are you seriously... Are you... God. Okay, in his hand, you sprint towards him, determined to stop him from entering the Shadowgate. He squeals with fear and turns to face you, his hand raised, a ring of blue fire pulsating on his finger. He screams a curse, and a jet of cold fire lances you and slams you to the floor. Lose 5 endurance points. You know what? No. You know what? I have the Summer Sword in my hands. If you remember correctly, any magic cast at me is immediately deflected to the Summer Sword, which casts it aside. So I'm going to say that's exactly what happened, because those are the rules for the Summer Sword. I've done it multiple times in this adventure. There's no reason why I shouldn't work this time. Plus, if it doesn't work this time, I'm dead. So what do you want from me? So I deflected it with one hand, while holding my intestines in with the other. As you stagger to your feet, the traitor runs forward and to finish you off with another blast. You dive aside and blast tears open the floor, but before you can launch another, you leap forward and attack! Vonatar the traitor with the power ring, combat skill 30, endurance 21. He's immune to mind blast and psi surge. Great. So he has a combat skill of 30, an endurance of 21. I have a combat skill of 36, and an endurance of 5. Well, let's get it on, shall we? Start combat. He takes 18 points of damage. I took 0. Oh, man, that was... I must have hit him in the hump. I hit him right there in the hump. All right, one more round. I've defeated my enemy. I took 4 points of damage. I hit him at one endurance point, folks. I'm on the ground. I'm literally trying to use my hair to crawl. I won combat. Turn to page 350. Vonatar lies dead on the marble floor, and you're pretty much following him. His torn body oozing a blood that is thin and vile like poisonous venom. You roll his corpse aside and take up the lore stone in your trembling hands. Instantly, an overwhelming wave of power is transfused into your being, and you feel lifted in mind and body to a level of consciousness that transcends your mortal frame. You surrender to its power, and under its guidance you are drawn inexorably towards the arch of the Shadowgate. Willingly you step into the darkness and begin your triumphant return to the world where you were born. Your quest has succeeded, for the essence of the remaining 2 lore stones is now one with your body and spirit. But the final struggle is yet to be won, for the power of your mortal enemies, the Dark Lords of Helgedad, has waxed and grown strong during your time in the Dazion. If you possess the courage of a true Kai Master, the ultimate battle awaits you in the final episode of the Magna Kai quest entitled Masters of Darkness. Alright, folks. Wow. We succeeded. This is with 1 health point left. We're gonna bust out of the other side of the Shadowgate, and they're gonna be like, "Dear God, what is that thing? It's just a pile of blood and organs. Is that a man?" But we did it! Woohoo! Yay! Yes, so, really fun book. I really like this one, though I swear that Battle with the Chaos Monster is the biggest ream job. In any case, oh man, the last book, book 12 of the Mandakai series, is really good. It's a really, really, really good book. I would probably say it's my favorite book of the series. I mean, that's a hard one to call, but yeah, definitely up there, top 2, 3, 1 maybe. So, looking forward to that. Of course, I'll have the vote up for, you know, I'm not going to vote for another weapon. There's no point, guys. I've got like 18 weapons now I can use. I will vote for the Last Discipline. Put a vote up for the Last Discipline, though I know pretty much what all of you are going to choose. But, we're going to do it anyway. I'm trying to find a way to make this a little more interactive, but I don't see it. I don't see a way to make this a little more interactive. Unless I stop at every numbered section and let you guys choose. So, I don't know. But if I do think of something, I'll let you know. In any case, I will see you guys in book 12. Yes? Alrighty then. Take care.